Hi, and welcome back to Distant Stitches. It's been about a month and I'm back to share a few things with you, although I haven't been knitting a lot, and we'll get into that story a little bit later. Today is Friday, March 5th. No, March 6th. This is take 3, so bear with me, and a few admin things to get off the plate. So, where you can find us, us. Liz is not here, obviously. We have a Ravelry group, not very active in there, but we try. We have a Ko-Fi or Ko-fi page, whatever you call that, if you want to gift us a cup of coffee to help with administration or mailing of prizes. You can find me on Instagram as CraftyKnitter7 Reads and on Ravelry as CraftyKnitter7. So, what has happened since I saw you last? I went for a weekend getaway the weekend of February 7th with my husband to a cabin in the woods just about 20 minutes from Mont Tremblant in Quebec, for those of you who aren't from Canada. And I'm coming to you from Gatineau, Quebec, which is across the river from Ottawa, Ontario, which is the capital city of Canada. So I was knitting on my sweater and hang on, let's get stuff out of the way. I got quite a bit done. So this is the Mountain Mist, and it is by TinCan Knits, and it's backwards. Sorry. So this is the Mountain Mist, and it's in 4 different colors, and it is Rauma, and I'm not even going to try and pronounce it because I got it wrong last time. There you go. So it's in the 4 colors that, if you weren't here last time, this was picked out for me by my bestie Bente in Norway. Hi, Bente. And she was working at a yarn shop at the time, and her and the owner picked out the colors for me. So where are my stitch markers? Oh God, I can't find them. Sorry. So I was at the top one when I saw you last, and I knit down to the bottom there where I'm starting the ribbing on the bottom. I did make it a little bit too long. I thought I needed 17 inches. I don't, but is what it is, and I am not ripping back. This is knit on size 5 millimeters, which is a US 8, and it's a really great pattern. I'm not sure if it's the yarn or the pattern, but these 3 colors did not take as much yarn as it said it would. So I have leftovers, and I'll probably have leftovers of the dark brown as well. And this is housed in, there's a tag on here. I can't remember who makes, oh yes, this is Eldon Wood Crafts. And I was stalking the website until I finally got one of these. I just had to have it. It's just adorable. So that is project number 1. But what I forgot to do was tell you I have a finished object. Getting away with myself here. A little rusty. Not professional. So I do have a finished object. I have some socks. So these are, as you can see, a little bit big on the sock blockers. They're for me, and I made them too big because this was a sock tube, and I picked up this beautiful bluey purple to go with all the specks of blue and purple for the heel, cuff, and toes. But yeah, I made them for me, and well, I think they're gonna have to be gifted to hubby. He is very knit worthy. He will take care of them. He doesn't care what color they are. So these are an alpaca yarn. I can't remember what shop it came from, but my friend Shani gave it to me, and I will ask her, and in the notes I'll put it down here. If she remembers, she'll tell me again where it came from. So that's a finished object. And like I said, it came from a sock tube. So something interesting. So look at this. You see how it's, just pitter patter. The colors are pretty even, pretty consistent. Well, this is the rest of the sock. So, pretty even, pretty consistent. And then, oof, what happened there? I don't know. That's why I picked the other end of the sock tube. So I literally have like this much left. I could probably make a pair of shorties for myself. Will I be bothered by this? That'll be on the foot, but we'll do that. Anyhow, so yeah, that's that. Do you like my shirt? I put my book down to be here. This is Red Roots and Reads, is one of my very good friends who has a Red Roots Bookish Boutique.com. She just opened her own website. So, little plug for Sarah. What is next? So, I started some ribbed socks, and this is yarn that I got from Bente in the ever lost Christmas package that arrived 3 months late. And so, if you watched the last episode, you knew that I hadn't received it yet. All of a sudden, mid-February, I get, sorry, I'm looking down. I need to look at the camera. Mid-February, I get a message from Canada Post saying, package coming your way. I'm like, great, it's the right tracking number, it's coming. Crickets, crickets. Then I get another one saying, package will be delivered in whatever days, but it's being held at a facility sorting warehouse for something because it can't be delivered. I'm like, really? What the bloody? So I called, or I did a chat with Canada Post. We figured it out. And the second email that came in um, had a different tracking number, and I couldn't figure out why. Well, what had happened is they found the package, and after talking to me and getting all my information, they put a new tracking number on it because they said they don't want to get confused with the other tracking number. And anyways, they put a new tracking number. I ended up getting it 2 days before the 3 month mark. I know why they couldn't deliver it to me because you cannot see my address, and we don't know how or why that happened. She showed me the ticket or the label that she got or that she made, clear as day. Couldn't see my name anywhere on the package. Like it was just faint. So there's the reason why they couldn't deliver it. It got to Canada. So she mailed it on November 26th. Got to Canada, I think Montreal, December 29th, and it had just been ping-ponging around until finally it made it to Toronto. Anyhow, long story, this was part of my package, and there's some other stuff that came in it. And this is the yarn. It's, I can't pronounce that, Giestal Garn Rebell. So here's the label. And the colorway is Turkis. It was a longer name than that. We'll shorten it up. And so I'm knitting these on 3 millimeters, and I literally only got this much done. So they are going to be slow going for me. And we'll get into life history at the end, and so you can understand what happened. The other thing I am knitting is I got accepted for a test knit from Anniina Juuti, and I was ecstatic. But due to life, I was like, oh, I can't knit right now. Well, I finally get accepted to one of her test knits. What am I going to do? So I decided, physio gave me the okay to knit slowly. I'll knit slowly and see what I can do. So it's called the Crystal Creek Tea. I'll put a picture in here, and I basically just started. Literally, I'm 5 rows in. And this is being knit with Knit and Note Highland wool, and they are from Norway. They created an app called Knit and Note. It's kind of like Ravelry, but it's different in some ways. So this is the color, and it is called Plain Latte. And it's knit on 4.5 millimeters. I didn't get gauge. Gauge was 4 millimeters. I always have to go up. So I did that. So those are my whips. It's not going to be a very long podcast, let's just say. Now, between the pages is what I'm calling what I'm reading. Last time I saw you I was reading Dating Debacle by Erin Lisbeth, and I finished that. And I was also reading God of the Woods. I kind of didn't get any further. You can see where I didn't get any further. I couldn't concentrate to read. But about a week ago, someone in a Facebook group told me about the series by Penelope Douglas, and it's called Corrupt, a Devil's Night novel. So that's the label, sorry, the cover. It's actually red, but my Kindle doesn't show color. And so I've started that. It's a dark romance. So if you're into dark romance, check her out. It's pretty good so far. About a couple chapters in, but like I said, couldn't concentrate, couldn't read, couldn't knit. Oh, long story. So that is what's between the pages. So in the stash, I got the yarn from Bente. I got this adorable, I love Moomin. They're from Finland, but I love Moomin and they're all over Norway and I love it. It's just it's a tiny little agenda with a magnet clip I can stick, pulling it out of my purse. Pages won't get flustered or fluttered or whatever. Um, sorry, look up at the camera. So it's really cute. I love it. She also sent me some really cute stickers. And get them out. So I'm going to use that in my planner, of course. Chocolate. There was some really long chocolate bars and they're like crack. Forget the name of them. Why can't I think of it? Anyways, I'll insert a picture. I have pictures of everything. And the last thing that I got and was the reason for such concern that this box was lost because she gifted me a 30 plus year old color knit sweater knit by her. So that was the only thing that we were worried about. Like that's the only thing we wanted to arrive. The rest can be replaced, no big deal. But if you follow me on Instagram, you'll have seen it already. And it just keeps going. Is that not absolutely stunning? And she said they just moved and she was going through stuff and she's been carrying this sweater over and over and over the moves. And she was like, it screams Sue. I'm just going to send it to her. So I think it goes with my color. I'm pretty sure it's a tunic, so I can wear it with leggings. But like, unbelievable. I mean, look at the floats. They are gorgeous. Like, those are some nice floats because you're supposed to be able to see the pattern on the back. So that was the only thing that we were like, oh, please, please, please let the package. And when we found out it was coming, we were just like, we'll hold our breath. It might come, it might not. And it did. So yeah. Another thing I found was my friend Anne had gifted me a big cake of yarn, which I think I'm going to make a hat and a cowl with. I'm not sure, but she had also gifted me 2 Ghoul for the pool, honeydew, cucumber, and strawberry soy wax candle, and I couldn't find it last time to show you. So, is that going to focus? Oh, it did for a second. Anyway, you get the gist. It smells amazing. So I'm just going to drink water here. I feel like I'm going way too fast. We're only 13 minutes in. Yeah, so the next thing got me some stash. Anybody who knows me knows I'm destashing. I got rid of 37 worsted yarns that were in cakes in my stash that I was just like, I ain't got time for this. I gave them to a friend who started crocheting along with a bag, a garbage bag full of acrylic. So why did I get more yarn? I couldn't help it. So I need to, there's a lot. It's like yarn piggery over here. But the thing that started it, sorry for my reach, the thing that started it all off, oh no, well, I don't know if I can get the piece of yarn, the thing of yarn that just fell. Sorry, I'm all tangled in my cord. Anyway, the thing that started it was these. She posted Ginger Snap. Well, we all know I love Kim and Colin's yarn. And this is antique lace in the dust fingering weight. I couldn't get that. I'm not a pink person, but it's very subtle. It's very subtle. She had 4. I couldn't help it. And I got more from her because when I picked this up, we got chatting and we hit it off and we've been talking and I went to her house for coffee yesterday and I brought back more yarn. Put that over there. Hedgehog fibers. And there's one caked up. I got 4 of them. Don't feel guilty about your stash, Sue. Don't feel guilty about your stash. As somebody I watched the other day, the naughty knitter, I think is what Tanya calls herself. If you can afford it, you're not going into debt, and you have room for it, don't feel guilty. And I often feel guilty about the amount of yarn I have, and I need to stop doing that. And yet I get more. And she had 2 of these. What am I going to do with them? I have no clue, and just give me a second. I'm trying to reach this one that fell. I will disappear for a moment, and I'm back. I tell you, podcasting is difficult because you got to have everything everywhere. And, okay, they're not the same colorway. I thought they were. This one is sweet pea, and this one is peaches. Okay, I thought they were the same color. They're not. Doesn't matter. So, Fireweed Fiber Co. I've never heard of them. They're from Winnipeg, and this is their 80 Superwash Merino 20 nylon. And I've got 2 of them. We probably can guess where this is going. If you know, you know. Oh, we're not done. And then I saw this, and this I saw, and I had a friend in mind. Is that just not gorgeous? It's lichen and lace, and it's a mini set. There's 2, 4, there's 7 skeins. It's just a fade. She calls it a fade set. So this is a gift for somebody. And then the pièce de la résistance is Ashley from Comfy Cozy Knits. Does it to me every time. Do I have a lot of her self-striping? Yeah. Do I have some of her variegated in other weights? Yeah. But she posted this and I was like, just take my money. Just take it all. So this is the one that got me. It's a lot brighter than that in person. Oh, so much brighter than that. It's a really bright green. Oh, that's a little better. And this is called Futuristic. And then, of course, I had to get one for the bestie because yarn can't travel alone. One's called Love and Literature. That's bright. So that is for Bente. She knows about it. And there may be 2 more skeins coming, one for each of us. Just saying. Yeah. I kind of, yeah, went a little crazy, but I did get rid of a lot, and I am destashing. I have an overflowing bin, one of those big tubs with yarn that I'm going to be selling. I have a bin that's half full of yarn that I'm going to be donating because stuff that I found without a skein, without a label, and that I couldn't figure out what it was on Ravelry because I keep all my labels in a bin over there, but I couldn't figure it out, and I really need to start leaving the labels in the yarn. I really have to do that. I'll be able to figure out some of them, but not all of them. So yeah, that's about all I have for you today. About 19, 20 minutes. Short and sweet, but better than nothing, right? Actually, no, that's not all I have. Life. Life is lifey. After our weekend away, I started getting arm pain right here, like right in that bone underneath, like right here, going down, sometimes in my wrist. Couldn't figure out what it was. Um, Took painkillers, and I mean strong painkillers, and they didn't help. So I went to physio, and she thinks it's partly um, tendon, partly nerve damage, and we've been working on it ever since. Wearing the brace seems to help me not move my wrist a lot, but the pain was just excruciating. Like, I'd rather have my gallbladder taken out again. Like, it's just unbelievable how painful it is. And it's my right hand. Um, so I can't do anything. Anything I do involves my right hand. Cooking, cleaning, knitting, anything. So it's been slow going with the pain and the progress to get here. Yesterday, it was one of the first days that I wasn't without excruciating pain. And I know what happened. I printed some 3D things for a friend where there was like a plate and a name stuck to it in the PLA plastic. And she wanted to paint all of the names different colors. So I had to take the name off of the plastic. I had to separate them. And it was quite difficult. And I think that's how I injured my arm. But it didn't quite come to fruition to this pain until like second week of February. So it's been slow going. I ordered another brace that goes longer, which I think because I can still kind of bend my wrist. Um, the only time it doesn't hurt once I fall asleep, because falling asleep I've had to have a heating pad on it. But when I wake up in the morning, it doesn't hurt. Just the simple task of lifting myself out of bed without my right arm and my arm going down where gravity has it, pain started all over again. But I'm slowly healing. And I'm going to see physio again soon, and hopefully we can get back to where life can be normal because I couldn't knit. I couldn't concentrate to read because I was in so much pain, and I just felt like a bump on a log, like just sitting there all day doing nothing, you know? It's just, um, I'm on sick leave right now, so I'm not working, but I'm still feeling like I'm not contributing to the house because anytime I try to do something, the boys, hubby or my son would be like, Mom, just stop, let me do it. I felt useless. Anyhow, so now we're done. Now you know what's been going on. And I hope to come to you. Sorry if I've been looking down and not at the camera. Ugh, I got to get used to this again. I need to put like a flag or something up there. I sat in front of the window also so that you can see like it's daylight instead of having a shadow on my face like the last one. But I'm rambling. I got nothing more to say. Really, I need to stop talking. So thank you for watching. If you like this, subscribe, hit the like button. If you want to know when there's more, hit the notification. I'll probably be back in a month. And as you can see, I'm alone again. Liz is not with me. But hopefully in the near future, Shu will be ready to come back on the podcast, but we can't force it. It is what it is. So love you all. Take care and happy knitting.